Does your organization send emails to their constituents? Today, I'm going to tell you about what I believe are the best practices on email marketing. Hi, today we're going to talk about email, and that's a topic that I'm passionate about. Why? Well, because obviously that's the way, or one of the ways, that you can communicate with your audience and with your community. But not every email platform is the same, and no every email platform is suitable to your organization. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 different layers that I found really important to define where do you use this type of platform, where you migrate to another bigger platform, and when you use like the super duper pro. Let's start with the regular email. Obviously, if you have a certain amount of email or contacts in your organization, let's say you have 1,200, whatever, just a number. If you work on regular basis and you reply one-on-one because that's the nature of your organization, you don't necessarily need a larger or more robust platform. So that's okay. I'm going to leave that for the Gmail account, your Hotmail account, or your corporate account. That'll be okay. Now I'm going to go where most of people actually stay. And it is in the autoresponder category. And I'm going to mention 2 of the most important or more known out there, and it's MailChimp and Constant Contact. Now, I'm not saying that those are the only 2 in this category. I'm going to say those are the 2 that I have experience with and many of my clients work with. So what is important about that? First of all, you can have a way better management of your constituents. And for that, I have to say that sometimes you can see people who live in these certain areas, or people who clicked on the last 3 campaigns, or people, there are many ways that you can segment that. But on the other hand, you can have a way to auto-respond and create responses or even campaign sequences that will be dropped, on a specific days. That can be triggered by many ways, sometimes by people who obviously they put their emails or sign up for something on your website. Sometimes you can actually trigger that and say, okay, I'm going to separate this audience and I'm going to send these email campaign that is composed by 3-5 emails, whatever, and it's going to be sent to that particular audience, or it's going to be sent to my entire list. Another cool thing is like with these type of platforms, you can assign tags and you can really kind of separate even more your audiences, and that's really important. In a separate video, I talk about the importance of being specific and talk in context. So for that, I really like, Constant Contact and MailChimp. Now, they are very similar, not exactly the same. When you actually get to play with them a little bit, you will find small differences, especially with media management, lists management, and all that. But they're really helpful, and they are actually aiming and they reach out to a large percentage of, the email marketers out there. So they're specialized in a small business. So I believe that many of their tools are really suitable for ministries and nonprofit organizations. Let me jump as a notch up on this one. And those are email platforms like this one right here, that they work with user behavior. They are connected to your social media accounts. They are connected to your website. They are connected to just about every single digital platform that you own. And what is good about it is, like in the previous, platform type, we talked about that you launching campaigns and those campaigns being triggered by dates or triggered by whatever. Now, in this case, you don't necessarily have to send a campaign on a date, on Tuesday or Thursdays or whatever. No, sometimes when people visit a specific page on your website, that person will receive an email within 24 hours, within 5 minutes or whatever. Or if a person visits a specific or clicks on a specific, ad on your social media campaigns, that person actually becomes now part of a group and receive a series of email, and that brings you back to my theme all the time when it comes to email, and it's context. So you will see a really huge difference when in open rates and click rates when you send an e-newsletter to your entire list, different than when you send a email to a person who just visits, volunteer page on your website. So if that happens and that person was there but didn't sign up for volunteerism, yet you had their contact, that person receives an email and say, hey, offering different ways of volunteers and whatever, because you are talking in context. Which one do you choose? This is my advice. Even if you have a small list, but you have a acquisition, campaign or acquisition plan, I will go this way. I will definitely choose a more robust email platform. In our case, we use Autopilot HQ, as you've seen in our screens before. And the reason I use that is because I believe it has a lot of features that compare to the bigger, email platforms. Yet the pricing and the user friendliness to me is really important. To me, it's just drag and drop, and you really get to see and orchestrate, a campaign really, really quickly. But if I add all the emails I have in my email list or my database, that is going to be a major bill, So what I'm trying to do is, or what we do, and actually we do this for our clients or our partners in missions, we actually use that for an entry point until the conversion is done. Once the conversion is done, once a person becomes a volunteer or a donor or buys a training, whatever the final goal for that campaign is, once that person converts, goes to a more generic form of communications, aka MailChimp or Constant Contact, because the gross of the list is right there. But when we are into the cultivation process, when we are kind of letting that person know a little bit more about us in an automatic way, obviously we place those emails there. So it goes something like this. We create, let's say that we have a campaign already, we have orchestrated, or we wrote all our emails, we wrote all the copy for our social media, we have all the graphics for our social media, and we're going to roll the campaign. So basically this right here is the little the form that a person will fill after they were prompted, from social media or previous emails or a vlog or, websites, whatever. So the person just fill out a form. After that person fills the form out, comes and receives an email, and there is a time, in between the second email and then the third, and then this software can check if that person come to our website, and if that person came to our website, which page visited, and in case it visited one of the trigger pages, another email will be sent. You get the idea. It can get a little bit complicated. It's not that super complicated though, but you have to know exactly where you are so you can orchestrate that. And we do that really on weekly basis, really. If you feel that this is helpful, if you feel like this is something that could help anybody around your organization, please forward this email or the video to them, and I will really appreciate it. And if you have any other idea, if there is anything that I missed, or a better practice that that whatever we show, please let us know so we can share that with the rest of the audience and make a bigger knowledge database about this important topic though, email marketing. All right, till next time.